Should universities prioritize research or teaching? Hi everyone, today I'd like to discuss an issue that has become increasingly important in higher education. Should universities prioritize research or teaching? Universities have traditionally served two fundamental purposes. They create new knowledge through research and transmit existing knowledge through education. In an ideal world, these two missions reinforce one another. Professors who conduct cutting-edge research bring fresh insights into the classroom, while talented students contribute to future research. In reality, however, universities often face difficult trade-offs because time, funding, and human resources are limited. Supporters of research-oriented universities argue that research is the defining characteristic of higher education. Unlike schools, universities are expected not merely to disseminate knowledge, but also to expand the frontiers of human understanding. Scientific breakthroughs, technological innovation, and medical discoveries often originate in research universities. Moreover, research generates significant knowledge spillovers. Although individual discoveries may initially benefit only a small number of researchers, they frequently produce widespread economic and social gains over time. Countries that invest heavily in university research tend to strengthen their national competitiveness and innovation capacity. Research excellence also enhances a university's international reputation. Global rankings frequently evaluate institutions according to research output, citation impact, and academic influence. A strong research environment attracts distinguished scholars, talented students, and external funding, creating a virtuous cycle of academic excellence. However, critics argue that excessive emphasis on research may undermine educational quality. Promotion and tenure decisions at many universities depend primarily on publications rather than classroom performance. As a result, professors may devote far more attention to research than to undergraduate instruction. Students may find themselves attending lectures delivered by internationally recognized scholars who possess extraordinary research credentials but limited teaching effectiveness. Another concern involves opportunity cost. Public resources allocated to highly specialized research may reduce funding available for teaching, student support services, or financial aid. If universities neglect their educational mission, society may produce excellent research while failing to cultivate well-educated graduates. Supporters of teaching-centered universities contend that higher education ultimately exists to develop human capital. The long-term success of a nation depends not only on groundbreaking discoveries, but also on graduates who possess critical thinking, communication skills, and intellectual curiosity. In my opinion, framing research and teaching as competing objectives presents a false dichotomy. The most successful universities integrate both missions. Research enriches teaching by exposing students to the latest developments in their fields. Excellent teaching, in turn, inspires future researchers and expands society's stock of human capital. Universities should therefore evaluate faculty members not solely by research productivity, but also by their contribution to student learning. Ultimately, higher education should pursue two complementary goals: advancing knowledge and cultivating minds. A university that excels in only one of these missions fulfills only part of its social responsibility. The greatest universities are those in which research and teaching strengthen one another rather than compete for institutional attention. So here's my question for you. If universities were focused on prioritize one mission, should they focus primarily on producing world-class research or on providing outstanding education to students? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for listening. See you next time.